Hi everyone, and welcome into the Summer Wellness Series, Best Tips by Global Experts. I am Fiorenza Rossini, an NLP and life coach, working with driven millennials to create a happy, balanced, and fulfilling life. I'm also the founder of this group, the Busy Bees community, and today I'm your host, and I am honored to be here with Rachael Kable. Hi, Rachael.
More about wellness and mindfulness and everything today. I think it'll be really fun.
Thank you. And I think before we start, I really wanted to thank you to be here with me. I've been following you since the start, and I really enjoy your podcast and your blog post and your social media. You are one of the persons that inspire me the most. So I'm really glad that you're here talking with me today.
Oh, thank you. That is so beautiful of you to say. It's I've definitely learned a lot, and yes, it's just incredible. So yeah, thanks for having me.
I'm really excited. Okay, so for those in the group that don't know you, would you like to just tell us more about you? What do you do?
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, my name's Rachael Kable. I'm a mindfulness mentor. I basically share my knowledge and tips about mindfulness, which I learned when I was studying psychology at university, and then I enjoyed it, started practicing it myself, and found it to be so useful in terms of managing stress. And I just started to incorporate it more and more and started experiencing all these different benefits. So it kind of became the thing that I wanted to talk about all the time, and suddenly people wanted to learn about it from me, and started my blog and my website, and then started my podcast. And yeah, it's just been kind of a crazy adventure, but lots of fun, and I'm really, really grateful to be able to do things like this and to have the work that I do, and to have met the people that I've met. It's been amazing. Are you lagging a little bit?
And tell me more about your podcast. I know that you've shared this in a recent episode, but I'd love you to tell us how you had the idea to start a Mindfulness Podcast.
Yeah, so I basically just knew that I wanted to start a podcast. I'd been listening to a lot of different podcasts, and I thought, this is great. I really enjoy this, and I think it would be a lot of fun to do something like this. And I originally wanted to do a podcast about happiness, and I thought, no, I'll do something meditation, and then just kind of was brainstorming this, and I thought, oh yeah, like I love talking about mindfulness. I have been writing about it quite a lot. I might as well make it my focus. And so I did, and yeah, ever since then it just became part of my message and part of what I love to share. And I think the more that I've started to explore the topic, the more that I've had to talk about it. So it's actually worked really well, in that it's sort of like one of the things that you're really passionate and excited to learn about.
I think we are
become something that you would like to share, and then become something that you start. It's all good on my end, I think. Just let me know if it lags or if it drops down or anything.
I think we are lagging maybe a bit, but let's carry on. And if the lag becomes just like too laggy, we can starting the broadcast. Yeah, okay. I love that. And so how many episodes have you done so far on the Mindful Kind?
100.
Rachel, I am gonna.
Yeah.
I think I can't hear you anymore. I'm gonna end the broadcast and start a new one, if that's okay.
Yeah, of course. Go ahead.
Okay, cool. Sorry, everyone. We'll be right back on. Hi, everyone, and we are back. I hope, although I cannot see. I can't see Rachel, but she was here with me a few seconds ago. Sorry, guys, we're having a bit of tech issues this morning. Rachel, can you hear us? Okay. So Rachel can see you. Yay! And I can see you now.
Yay! Awesome. Sorry.
No, that's okay. It just, text sometimes it isn't like aligned with us, so you just have to play around it. Okay. So everyone, yes, cool. We are back on. So I was asking you about the Mindful Kind podcast and how many episodes have you done so far?
Yeah, so nearly up to 100 episodes. We did episode 91 last week, and it's nearly 100, which is crazy.
That is amazing. Hi, Magdalena. Nice to be here. 100 episodes. That's crazy. You have one episode that's been your favorite, or any topic that you've covered that was really close to your heart when it comes to mindfulness?
I think the topic which maybe was the most fun for me was actually the first series that I did, the new series called the Positivity series. So that was really great to be able to do that. It was my first mini series, and I think I just loved it in that format because I got to go really deep into the topic and share lots of different perspectives, and I just had a really great time with it. So I got really inspired to keep doing more series after that because I just really loved it, and
Yeah, that was a very good series. Definitely Positivity. Yeah, that was really great. And I think one episode that I really liked on my side was, I'm not sure actually if it's a really recent one, because sometimes my iPhone just suggests the episode and I realize that it's not necessarily like in the chronological order. But so the episode was about goal setting. And a few things that you've highlighted were around how it's important to consider if you are in control of the outcome that you want to when you set some goals. And I think it's things that we know about, but sometimes when someone tells us about it, but with like some specific words or within a specific context, it is definitely like helpful, and it just reminds us that it's important, and that we have to consider this and this detail, and it's just like a good like eye-opening reminder.
Yeah, no, I loved doing the goal setting series because I studied it quite a bit when I was doing my degree. And I think there's a lot that can be covered with goal setting. So it was really fun to talk about that. And I think the whole idea of goals that we don't control is something that we maybe don't think about very much. And it's something that I found myself has been really, really important. Like I found myself setting all these goals that I didn't really control. It was sort of controlled by other people or other situations. And I just got sick of feeling disappointed in myself because I didn't achieve these things that ultimately I didn't have control over. So that was actually an episode which was quite close to my heart, and I actually got a lot of nice feedback about that one too. So yeah, it was really lovely to hear that it resonated with so many people.
Definitely for me at least. And would you like to tell us more about your recent blog evolution, if I can call it like that, because you've started doing some vlogs?
Yeah, I have started doing vlogs. I have only done a couple so far, but we're trying to get a little bit of get a couple of episodes ready to go. So yeah, we've recorded 3, and I think we'll record another 3, and then we'll launch the first episode of the Mindful Kind video blog. So at the moment, we've only got the one up there, which is kind of me doing a little bit of mindful cooking and going on some mindful adventures with my dog, and we had so much fun filming that, and it's something that I definitely would love to do a little bit more of. So yeah, I'm definitely really excited to do more of that and see what else we can film and new places we can go. And yeah, it's been really fun.
That's amazing, and I can just imagine how much fun you had doing it. Yeah, no, that's for sure. And am I correct in understanding that you are working on some meditation course, and that's a new angle that you'd like to add to your business?
Yeah, so I just started studying my advanced certificate in meditation, and it's been a really eye-opening course to have studied, and it's something that I've just been really interested in and learning so much. And yeah, I've just really enjoyed uncovering this whole new world that I didn't even really know existed. So I've been learning a lot more about visualizations especially. There's been some really eye-opening things to discover with that. I personally always found visualizations quite difficult, and it was because I never really see pictures in my mind. Like I kind of think in words. So when I was trying to do these visualizations, it wasn't really working for me, and I didn't really know why. But now that I've been doing more of this course, I found that it's actually okay to not see pictures in your mind and to think words instead, like to do a visualization in terms of words and in terms of what you can feel in your body and things like that. So that's been really interesting and helpful to learn just lots of new things like that, and to be practicing meditation a lot more regularly. And yeah, I'm really excited to incorporate more of that into my business as I learn more things, because that's what I love to do. I love to just learn things and then share them as I go and let people know what's been working really well for me. So yeah.
No, I mean, absolutely. And I think you mentioned that visualization isn't something that, is super easy to do. And especially when you're new to it, it takes some time to adapt. And for sure, I feel personally that I'm better at it when there's someone guiding me, someone live or even like through a video on my computer. But, just to being able to focus on a voice, I guess, that helps me go through the visualization process. And even I think now I'm getting better, but even with, like body scanning, I always prefer like to go to a class and, to have that collective energy and to do it then. And I think also because it's a different environment, it really it really helps me get out of my, like thoughts and just like focus on that very, very moment.
Yeah, Definitely. And the other thing with visualizations, I'm a lot the same as you. I like to hear it as well. With body scanning, I really wanted to figure out a way that I could do it just on my own. And so I actually started imagining that like there was a soft cloth that was kind of rubbing down each body part. So it wasn't just my attention that was focusing on that body part. It was like a sensation there as well. And that's been really helpful for me. It's really relaxed my whole body and been a really nice way to practice body scanning. So yeah, you might like to give that a try. I found it really changed how I experienced body scans. It made them a lot more powerful for me.
Thank you for mentioning it. I really like that idea. And also if it's, you know, like a very soft and cozy clothes, I'm like, yeah, okay, I can imagine that.
Yeah, definitely, exactly. It's a nice way, I think, to relax. So I like it.
And so do you feel that mindfulness and meditation are interlinked?
Yeah, definitely. So mindfulness essentially is a form of meditation. So there's all different types of meditations. There's attentive meditations, and then there's concentrative meditations, and mindfulness falls under those concentrative categories because we're paying attention to the present moment. And yeah, there's lots of different meditations and things that you can do, but I personally really resonated with mindfulness. So it's been something that I think is really easy to incorporate into a lot of different areas of your life. It's not so much about just sitting down and having a formal meditation practice. You can practice when you're going for a walk, or spending time with your family, or drinking and eating, and all these different life areas and things that we do every day. So that's one of the reasons why I'm so passionate about talking about mindfulness so much more than the other forms of meditation. But they're all good. Like, I think different things work for different people.
Definitely. And actually yesterday, I was, you know, thinking about this as well, and it is definitely different forms of it, but you get to the same outcome in a way, or the same, you know, peaceful and grounded feeling at the end.
Yeah, definitely. It's I think whatever people find really useful in terms of managing stress, or in terms of finding a bit more calm, or just enjoying life a little bit more, I think just do more of that, honestly. Mindfulness is something that's really helped me, but I know there's so many different things like exercise, better sleep, and just journaling, and yeah, there's heaps of different things that people can do, or a little bit of everything. Like, I've got lots of different things that I do. So yeah, it's good to explore and experiment and be curious about what might be helpful.
And a lot of people, I think, even maybe even more in our generation, are finding it difficult to focus on, you know, just one thing and to let go of their thoughts. And they just like used to be, we are, you know, anyway, I guess by default, maybe used to be so busy and to be doing a few things at the same time, or to be thinking a few things at the same time. What would be your tips to really, reduce that mindset and get more into living the present moment and being more mindful?
I think it's just a practice, really. Like, the more that you do bring yourself into the present moment and you get used to bringing those thoughts back to the now, the easier it does become. So you'll start doing activities which you won't have even realized that you were doing quite mindlessly. For example, for me, I used to wake up first thing in the morning and I'd already be lying there and thinking about all the things in the day ahead and be worried, and I just wasn't really present at all. I was too busy planning and predicting or regretting things that I said or did yesterday. So now that I've been practicing mindfulness, I really noticed when my thoughts are starting to kind of go off into the future or the past, and I can bring myself back into the moment. I can choose to appreciate the fact that I'm lying there in my bed and I'm nice and warm and safe and comfortable, and I think it's just really starting to practice and see the different areas of your life where this can apply. But the more that you do practice, the more you notice, the easier it is to notice when your thoughts have started to wander. And that's when you can practice bringing it back as well. I definitely think that mindfulness gets easier over time the more that we practice. So yeah, I always recommend that people keep trying, or that they find different practices that resonate with them and build up their own mindfulness practice.
You're so right, and I really think it's a practice, and it comes with time, and it gets easier the more you practice it. And to me, even the fact that we get to acknowledge when our thoughts start to wander, it's actually a success in a way. You know, it's like, oh yes, I am actually aware that this is happening, instead of having it happening without, you noticing it. So I'm really glad when I notice that I'm just doing it.
Yeah, definitely.
And I thank you for mentioning as well that there isn't just one mindfulness technique or practice, that there are so many, and it's about really us experimenting and trying it out and see what works and what doesn't work, or what works less and what we prefer. And that really makes a difference, because it's not just one thing, and maybe we can create our own thing as well. If it is, I don't know, glass painting, or anything that helps us really be more mindful and live in the present moment. That's just something that we need to embrace as soon as we feel that we found something.
Yeah, definitely. I totally agree. And I've found lately that I've been absolutely loving taking all these flat lay photos and posting them on Instagram. It's been a really nice way for me to be creative, and I am very mindful, and I'm moving things around, and I'm looking at colors, and I'm looking at textures and how they all work together. Yeah, definitely finding activities like that, which very naturally bring you into the present moment, is a great way to start practicing what it feels like to be mindful, and to know how to maybe start bringing some of those elements of mindfulness to other parts of your life. I think creative activities are really great because they do tend to draw us into the present moment, and they can help us practice a lot of the elements of mindfulness, like being non-judgmental and being curious and learning more about ourselves. So I love creative activities for that reason, and cooking as well is one of my favourite ways to be a bit creative, be a bit mindful, make a few mistakes, learn. There's so many different experiences that we can open ourselves up to and experience throughout life. So yeah, I think that's one of the reasons why I'm so passionate about mindfulness. I feel like I get to experience my life more and more as I develop my practice.
Definitely. And so you've mentioned cooking, you've mentioned a few creative activities. Do you have one favorite mindfulness practice?
That's a great question. I have to say breathing techniques, because they are just so helpful. It doesn't matter what experience, what situation, how I'm feeling. They always help me to center myself and to come grounded. There are so many different ones that you can do, so I find that they're really helpful. It doesn't really matter what I'm going through at the time. So not only that, but they are scientifically proven. They help to slow down the body, to help you come back into the moment. And it's really easy as well. I think that's one of the key things when you're trying to find mindfulness practices which work for you. You want them to be simple and easy to implement when you're going through a difficult time. So yeah, breathing techniques, they're probably number one. And I do them a lot during the day just to bring myself back into the moment and reset and refresh. And yeah, I think they're great.
And so what is your breathing technique?
There's a couple of different ones that I use. So there's the breathing waltz, which is you just breathe in for 3 and then you hold for 3 and then you breathe out for 3. So that's quite an easy one to remember because of threes. 1, 2, 3, hold, 1, 2, 3, breathe out, 1, 2, 3. And that's really easy to do. There's a couple of other ones. So I like doing this visualization if I wake up at night. I don't know why, but I really, really like doing it. I kind of made this one up myself one night when I just couldn't get to sleep, and I don't know, I've just come back to it time and time again. So it's basically I just have my eyes closed and I imagine my breath traveling up a stair, and then as I breathe out it travels along the stair, and then breathing in it goes up the stair. As I breathe out it goes along the stair again. So it's kind of just breathing in this staircase pattern, I guess you would call it. There's a new one that I just started trying to do with my meditation course, so I learned it through there. It's called elliptical breathing. Basically, you're just imagining your breath is going around in a circle. So as you breathe out, it goes down that shape and it doesn't kind of end. So you're trying to get rid of that pause essentially and between the inhale and the exhale. So you're just breathing in this continuous kind of circle shapes. Try and practice, and again, incorporations, so really powerful ones to do if you're feeling like your mind is wandering and it's hard to stay focused. I think visualizations paired with breathing techniques are really good.
And on the, I'm curious, on the elliptical breathing, is it one inhale while like you draw the circle, and then when you finished it without a pause, you exhale?
So I imagine my breath as I go up the circle, and then exhale as it comes down the circle. So it's going in and out like that. Do whatever works for you. Like if you like doing it as one circle and then another circle, try it like that. Like I definitely recommend that you try different things and you see what you like.
I like this. I think I'm definitely going to try it. And I mean, I really agree with, how powerful breathing techniques are. And it's quite like a nice and easy tool to have with us all the time, right? Because we breathe all the time. So wherever we are, in whatever situation, it will be with us. Whereas if we compare it with, I don't know, maybe cooking, if you're at work, you can't just say, oh, sorry, I need to be grounded again, and I just need to cook.
Yeah, exactly. I completely agree, and they're very versatile. You can use them for just a couple of breaths, or you can use them for a few minutes, or you can do them at the end of the day when you're lying in bed and all the lights are off and you don't really have access to anything else. So yeah, you're right, you can do them pretty much anywhere and any time.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And is there anything specific that you think people in general struggle with when it comes to mindfulness?
Yeah, I get a lot of questions about remembering to practice mindfulness or just kind of not having time. And I definitely resonate with that because I used to feel very much the same. But I think that the more that I've started to just go a bit easier on myself and say, you know what, it's fine that I didn't have a formal meditation practice today, but I went for a mindful walk, or I appreciated some time with my family, or I journaled, maybe 1 or 2 sentences at the end of the day. All these little things can really add up. And I found that that's been a really useful way to incorporate more mindfulness into my life. So it's not necessarily about having 1 full hour to practice mindfulness every single day. It's just taking whatever opportunities you already have in your life and implementing mindfulness into those things. So yeah, and the other thing was, not having time. And again, I think this really helps with that, is that you can save yourself some time by incorporating mindfulness into the things that you already do. So there's lots of questions that I get asked, but that is the main thing really.
And how would you remind yourself to do it? Would you put a reminder on your phone, or do you make sure that you plan it in advance?
Yeah, it's mostly just having the activities that I know I can be mindful with. So with cooking, for example, I just started to think, I really want to do this mindfully. And so I would deliberately slow down and smell the spices and notice the movements of my hands as I was cooking. And I just started trying to experiment with bringing it into as many of those everyday situations as I could. So, but yeah, if setting alarms works for you, then definitely try and do that and see how it goes. Or, join some kind of Facebook group that can help keep you accountable, or have a little list next to your desk at work so that you can, maybe have a mindful drink, take a mindful breath, and all these different things that you can do throughout your working day. So yeah, there's lots of different things that you can do. Having some kind of goal setting app, sometimes they can have a little alert that pops up to remind you to do things that you'd like to do. So yeah, I think there's lots of different ways that you can explore incorporating mindfulness into your life.
Awesome. And to maybe start wrapping it up, conscious of time, could you tell us something about you, Rachael, from behind the scenes?
Yeah, definitely. I love Disney movies. They are my favorite. I listen to a lot of music, but I don't have any type of music that is my favorite. I listen to pretty much anything and everything. What else? I love dogs. Absolutely love dogs. I've got my mum's dog here, and
hello.
He loves me. Well, I like to say that he loves me, but really he just wants to get fed and have cuddles. I love being at home. I'm a total homebody. I would love to travel more, but I love my home. So that's me in a nutshell, really. I love dogs. I am a total homebody, and I listen to all different types of music and watch Disney movies.
I like that. So Disney movies, anyone that stand out for you?
Beauty and the Beast was the all-time favorite, and then it came out as the musical, and oh my gosh, I cried about 5 times. Where is Moose? Oh, Magdalena just asked me, where's Moose? Jack took him for a walk because he gets this one all riled up and so excited, and so yeah, he kept growling at him, and you probably saw I did a little Instagram story about half an hour before this interview, and Moose was just being really cheeky, so they had to get out of the house while I did the interview. And I feel really bad because it's so dark out there now and raining, but they'll be right.
And Rachael, how can people follow you? Where can we find you?
Yeah, so my website is rachaelkable.com, and I'm on Facebook and Instagram and Pinterest, all under my name, which is, again, Rachael Kable. And yeah, I'd love to meet anybody who'd like to come over and say hello. So let me know that you saw this. And yeah, thanks so much to everybody who's watched it. And sorry if there were some tech issues. I'm not really sure. Mine was lagging a little bit. So yeah, sorry if it wasn't very easy to watch, but thanks for sticking around, and it was
That's
fun.
Okay. Thank you everyone. Thank you, Rachael. And I think just tech issues, sometimes they happen, and as long as we can hear each other, even if there's a bit of a lag, I think that's okay. And you've given us loads of great tips around mindfulness. So I'm really grateful. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no worries. And I'll send you a couple of worksheets or something that you can put up in the Facebook group in the little download documents section, if you like, so people can access those and have a look at some of the things that they could do to be a little bit more mindful. So yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And thank you, everyone. And I'll see you all very soon. Bye.
Bye. Thank you. Thanks, Magdalena.
Thanks, Magdalena, for being with us. Bye.
Bye.